Okay, good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this late evening. I've seen a couple of names I knew there coming in, so welcome, guys. A lot of new names and new faces. Before we get started, I'm going to introduce everybody, and we're going to try and get through this quickly, about 30 minutes, just a quick presentation on the club in general, and kind of moving forward into what we're coming into the South neighbourhood with. Q&A, you can stick it in the chat as we go through, but please hold off till the end because hopefully we'll answer everything that you need. So first up, we have Coach Amin. How are you doing, Amin?
Hey there, how are you guys doing? Thanks for attending tonight.
Awesome. We got Coach Fuad, the pretty brother.
Hey everybody, thank you
You're
so
on
much.
mute.
No, I'm not in mute anymore. Thank
There
you
you
for
go.
joining. Hi families, my name is Coach Fuad. Nice to meet you guys.
Awesome. Coach Shelby.
Hello, everyone. Glad you're here. We're excited to show you what we have to offer and excited to get back in it.
Awesome. And last but certainly not least, Coach Ben.
Oh, what's up, everyone? I'm so excited to see so many of you guys that are familiar faces in the meet. A lot of the new faces out there. Yeah, just super excited. Looking forward to this meeting.
Fantastic, fantastic. All right, let's kick off. So to get straight into it, just a quick one for those that don't know who I am. I am Nick Mulvaney. I am from Dublin, Ireland originally, founder and executive director. Just a quick playing history. I played NAIA in William Carey in Mississippi, played PDL in New Orleans, coaching positions kind of the highest level of WPSL semi-pro team and GPS FC Bayern national team coaches. I hold an A license and I also have my Irish and England FA level 2s. And just another little thing, I'm on the League Apps National Advisory Council. I've been with the club, obviously we started in 2013, so we're going into our 8th year. And we're in our 8th year, I should say. We're halfway through it. And we'll kind of go through a little bit about the club real quick. So we were established 2013. It's a 501c3 non-profit. And I just come back from London where I was playing for a little bit and doing a lot of coaching within the London communities. And when I came back here, I didn't know Chicago. It was the club that I was with was in the lakefront. And very quickly I understood that it was very kind of segregated or kind of isolated, I should say, on its own throughout the whole city. And my big goal was, like you can see here, is to be a club for the city. And that's when I came up with the name Chicago City Soccer Club. And that was the main vision of what I wanted to succeed in. Just a couple of our successes in 2015, 2 years after we were founded, which was huge. We got the Illinois Youth Soccer 5-Star Award, which is all about club standards from coaching, facilities, parent education, referee, all that stuff that goes into it. And our recent most successes were 2019 state champions under 23 girls and our 2019 Super Y, which a lot of you may not be familiar with, we'll go through later. It's a national championship we won with the U19 girls in Tampa last December. And we had 6 teams down in that national tournament, which was a really, really unique and cool experience. Right now, we have 44 teams, 10 full-time USF certified coaches. It's something that was a big part of kind of the model that we're using in the north side, and something that obviously we're going to continue in the south is making sure we have full-time coaches, and that, you know, increases the investment from them and the kind of obviously the team that we have here we'll go into shortly. And building a bright future for everybody involved in the community. Just a quick one, our mission statement, you can just read it there. Chicago City prides itself on professionalism, passion, and dedication to provide a unique soccer experience within the Chicago community. Our club fosters a culture that nurtures intellectual, cultural, social, and physical development through soccer. Philosophy is to create a fun, enjoyable, yet challenging environment where players learn to have the confidence to be creative and express themselves freely, which is something we are really, really big on. And I am massively on, you learn from your mistakes. Little quick one here, our 2020 vision, I'll give you a little quick story. I know I'm Irish, we like to yarn on a little bit, but I think this is important and it tells a lot about who we are. In January, before this craziness happened, every year we sit down with our staff and I just do a little workshop with them to try and figure out what's kind of our slogan or our motto for the year. And after we did actually 4 workshops on this to come up with what we came up with, which was obviously dream today, believe it tomorrow, and achieve it together. And that was not only for the coaches, it was for the players as well. And obviously, when we hit a pandemic in March, this couldn't be more needed, I think, than ever. So this I think will kick on probably into 2021. We shall see. When the pandemic hit, this was one quote that I leaned on, reached kind of on our staff, which was, and I love it really, really. I think it just says everything you can say about sport. But sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. It speaks to youth in a language they understand. Sport can create hope where once there was only despair. And right now we know our kids and coaches are really struggling through this period, and sport is a massive outlet for that. So thank you, parents, for supporting everything that we do and then to the future. Just to show you, this is our main team out of HQ. Myself being obviously the executive director. We then have two technical directors with Slavo and Craig, youngers and olders. Simone and Pedja, our boys and girls director. And then Coach Connor is a coach, but then he leads up our prep performance, which you'll hear more in shortly. Coach Shelby, which you're familiar with, was really our South girls director. And Stuart Madison is our North Shore director, which is out of Evanston. Obviously Ben, another familiar face, will be our boys South director. And then Ryan is our coach and Adler performance lead, which again, we'll learn more about later. The locations we're in, if you didn't know, we are pretty much all over the city, except for in the Southside. That's why this is a unique marriage, as Tina once told us. But we're in Wilson on the Lakeshore and Montrose. We're in Lakeview. HQ is on Irving and Southport. We're in River Park, Bradley, Fieldhouse and Bradley Place, which is the little kickers facility. Clark Park by Lane Tech, LaSalle Academy in Old Town, and Wells High School in Wicker Park. So they're all kind of majority facilities that we use. So without any further, I'm going to introduce our amazing South team. Over to you, Amin. You on mute?
Hey, hello everyone. Good evening. Thanks for your time tonight. A lot of you have known me already, but for those who didn't yet, my name is Amin Iraqi. I'm from Morocco, northern Morocco, a region called Rif, Lusaima. I moved to Spain. I lived there for college. I played soccer there, and then I got my degree in education. I played soccer there, but I also started coaching there. Then I moved to the U.S. where I started coaching here, and I met my wife back in Madrid. Then here, I'm really enjoying it here. One of the really thing I really love is that working with kids, not because of my knowledge of soccer, but also I like educate them. I like to be with them. It's been an honor to work with your kids this last 5 years, and I'm really excited to be back. I've been at Dunbar the last couple of weeks. I'm sure you guys have seen my smile around, and I like to be back integrating with the community. I'm also excited to partner with Chicago City, which everything Nick was presenting. It's gonna be like a perfect marriage between the South and the North. I'm really excited to work with Nick. He's bringing a lot to the table between him and us and the North team and the South team. I think you guys gonna be in good hands, and again, excited to be back with you. And at the end, any questions you have, I might answer. It would be great.
Awesome. Fuad.
Hey guys, unfortunately I don't have anything to say because I'm installed the show as usual. So he has to do that all the time. So okay, the idea. My name is Fuad Iraqi. So again, I'm Amin's brother. So I don't have to say where I'm from. But the difference between me and him, he moved to Spain, and they moved to Belgium. So basically, we got split between Madrid and Brussels. I get all my college degrees over there, and then I moved to the US. I moved to the US like almost 10 years ago, and I did many things. The most important thing I think I did, it was teaching. So I was a Spanish teacher and a French teacher. So the reason why I'm saying that is I get to know a relationship between teacher and kids, and I realized that, you know, I was like enjoying myself, and I was like just being myself with the kids, and how fascinated I was, like, you know, seeing the progress and all that stuff. So basically, we're here for soccer, no? I grew up obviously in Africa. The major you know game is soccer. So we all know how to play soccer since our first day we born, and we know how to play soccer. It's obvious. So, you know, I took soccer, you know, in the Chicago area. I decided to become like more official. So the last 5 years, I get interested to be a coach, but I became an active coach for the last 4 years. And I really enjoyed myself, and not because, like my brother said, not because of our knowledge of soccer, but basically it was more like, you know, to see just like, how am I gonna say that, the new generations of Americans, how beautiful to see they get to know a foreign coach. He speaks a different language. He has a weird way to speak English, and they told me that, by the way. Hey, coach, you sounds like your brother. So sometimes, you know, I have a hard time to do with kids because of my brother. So they confuse me between me and my brother. But anyways, and being, you know, the last 3 months, we worked very hard obviously with Tina and Scott and my brother. And you get to know this guy, Nick. Seriously, he's an amazing guy. He really, you know, he brings a lot to the table. And I'm very, very excited, you know, to work together. I saw his entire team. They are all amazing. They have a lot of knowledge. They have a different background, which is, you know, it's a strength. And I'm looking forward to really see a beautiful soccer club. We call it, you know, Chicago City South, and to learn from each other. So I'm gonna mention that if you guys have more specific and detailed questions, please ask me at the end. But at this time, let me introduce you one of the famous faces. It's Shelby Kendall. Go ahead, Shelby.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Shelby Kendall. I was born in Iowa City and moved to South Bend and grew up in that area. Moved to Chicago about 5 years ago, 2015, and started my soccer coaching career here. Created some good bonds. One of my main things as a coach is to make sure I'm creating those lasting relationships, and it's not just a coach on the field, it's off the field as well. I had some very influential coaches growing up that got me to where I am today. So that's one of my main goals, is to make sure I'm creating that and continuing through. If you're not on my team anymore or you move on, I still want to be in touch, watch your success, you grow. That's a main thing for me. Some more about me. About 2 years ago, I completed my C license with Amin, almost exactly to the date. So in October, we were able to spend some time together. I have gotten to know all these coaches so well. They're like family to me. I'm super excited to be back in the South, where I grew up in Chicago. Everybody's my family down there, and I'm excited to be back in that environment. Any questions you have for me, I can answer at the end. They pretty much stole the show. I'm not one to talk a whole lot, but up next is Coach Ben.
Thanks, Shelby.
Thanks, Shelby. I'm going to try not to talk a lot because, as you guys have seen me on the field, I can talk for days. If you don't know me, my name is Ben Galvez, right? Kids know me as Coach Ben. I am beyond excited to be bringing this type of programming down to the South. You guys have truly no idea. I met Nick, and what really drew me to Chicago City, just in general, right, was the organization, right, meaning like how organized they were, the professionalism and the dedication of the craft. And I saw that amongst the coaching staff when attending like IYSA, you know, coach meetings and things like that. I would always see the staff show up and really just show out and show their knowledge. And so it really, you know, piqued my interest, you know, sparked my interest in when I met Nick, it just became all the more clear why they are the way they are, because he is just a phenomenal human being. I'm so excited to learn so much from Nick, and really so much I've already learned from the coaching staff, just being alongside of them. In a nutshell, right, you guys have no idea. I see some of the names here on the attendees list. I'm just like, oh, I miss you, I miss you, I miss you. And I'm just very, very, very excited to have the opportunity, to work with your families again, but really just to have a chance to say how much I miss you guys, because that's something I didn't get to do before. And now here I am, and I'm all smiles. And if you see me at Dunbar, please don't be a stranger. Walk up, say hello. 6 feet, but say hello. Really, really, really excited. Speaking of Dunbar, we do have a few locations that we're looking at, down on the south side, really South Loop and a little bit further south than that. We're looking at ComEd, Jones turf, and the Dunbar turf. That brand new turf is phenomenal. Big fan of it. And so these are, a few of the locations that we're looking to, be working out of, hosting practices out of, hopefully some games. But as for right now, we're looking at, this winter program, and I'm sure we have a few more details that Nick can share when he takes the mic from me.
Absolutely. Guys, absolutely fantastic. You swear that was rehearsed, and I can tell everyone it wasn't. First of all, thank you for the kind words, right back at you. Meeting you guys, Tina, Scott, the whole team, Carlos, Heather, I've been blown away by just, again, incredible human beings you guys are, and that's why it just fits so well. So I'm beyond excited as well, and as you can tell, I can't stop smiling as well. So here we go. Right, programming. Just to kind of briefly, you guys are all used to your own program if you're in travel soccer. If you're not, you can find this stuff on the website. The only things I wanted to touch on is, in the Southside, you guys have been used to playing IWSL for the girls and NISL for the boys. And this is where a unique kind of piece of this partnership will be great for the boys especially, and the girls will get similar but not exactly the same, and I'll explain why. Our boys teams play in the YSSL, and this is our Midwest Conference, which is our elite level teams play in this. So we have multiple teams from U13 and above playing in this, which basically is the whole Midwest, and they do usually travel, obviously, in normal time. So you can find out more information on that as we go along, but this is a great pathway for that next kind of elite level player. The unique piece is, if you play in NISL, it's a complete separate league to YSSL, meaning we're going to keep all the South Chicago City teams for boys in NISL, representing in a different league, and we will continue our North Side and YSSL. Because you can play for both leagues at the same time, we will then be able to share players across the board, and we'll do it correctly. We've done this before. We will not be cheating. We will be playing players at their level, but it gives potentially our better players to play on better teams. It gives maybe some players that need more playing time with, other teams in this league. So that's really unique. It's not something that's in the city right now, and it's more games, more playing time, and we're really excited about that kind of relationship. If you're familiar as well with NISL League, they also have the MPL, which is a midweek league. Some of you are familiar with. It's more of an elite level league from U13 and above, and something else we will be looking into. On the girls' side, to kind of explain it briefly, like obviously there's A through D, A, B, B, C, D divisions. We can guest players across because we're the same club, or will be the same club to say. But again, we wouldn't be able to play an A-level player in the B division, right? And we wouldn't do that ethically anyway. But again, if there's a South player who's on maybe, say, a B division team, but they're really striving and they're developing, and we have an A-level team or vice versa, we're able to do that. So it just opens up so much kind of player development opportunities that we're really psyched about as coaches. Regular programming, again, you're used to it. We do 2 by 1 hour half sessions a week, but our NMCs, which you'll see shortly, has a different price point, and they do 3. Your 8 to 10 game season. Indoor, you do 2 1-hour sessions a week. And we changed this piece last year. And not a lot of clubs do this. And it actually worked very well for many different reasons, and I won't go into them. But it was a positive feedback from our parents. But we do a la carte tournaments and indoor league, meaning they are extra cost. So it helps keep our fees a little lower. And then if you want to play in the extra stuff, which most people do, you pay extra for them, and you can do as many as you want based off the coach's schedule. So some teams have done 6 or 7 a year, some have done 3 or 4. It all depends, on what that team, and then it gives the coach, but then the team and the parents a bit of ownership and accountability of like, right, what do you guys want to do, rather than the club setting it, which is what we used to do, because a lot of people don't want to play on the holiday weekends because it's important family time, which we're big on at this club. So you have a say in that. And an indoor league, that'll be different this year, obviously, but typically the same thing for that. You get to pick as a coach the league that you feel you want to put your team in, and we discuss it as a leadership group. But we like to give the flexibility, because like Ben might know a league that he played in years ago and he wants to go put his kids in it, but we don't want to throw everyone in it because we're not too sure of it. And that's a good way of doing that. And again, any questions, stick them in the chat. Hopefully we'll answer everything as we go along. I'm not going to run through this too much, but this is recorded. This will be sent out so you can look at it later at a later date. But here's the full year fees. U7, U8 is a little less because they do less time on the practice ground. U9, U14. This is our NMC, which is the regional price. And then obviously you got your high school competitive, and then you got your NMC, which is the regional tournament again. If you're joining mid-year, obviously there's your price points that are included with that. The one thing I will say is every single player in our club is allowed to practice 4 days a week with different teams, as long as it's the right level and the right environment for them and things like that. So if you ever want to do more, just reach out to your coach and they will kind of direct you to the right session. Okay, I hope my partners got in. I need to click along here. Yes, we're all in. Okay, so they're all joined and it was all last minute, and thank you very much, Tom, Kat, and Kate. I'll introduce you one by one, but including your membership, one of the most unbelievable gentlemen I've ever met when it comes to soccer in general, but when it comes to goalkeeping, in all my experience in youth soccer, adult soccer, I've never seen anybody do it the way this guy does it. And we are so proud. He's our director of goalkeeping. He runs everything through his company, which is Drive Goalkeeping. He's a magnificent person, great coach. Coach Tom, introduce yourself, please.
Nick, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. There you go.
Awesome. Thank you for the introduction. I really appreciate that. No, it's actually great to be here with you guys on the call. You know, I've known Nick for, I think, going on 8, maybe 7, 8 years now. We've done about 7 seasons together. And every year we just get better and better at it. So, I like to think we do a good job, but we always want to make sure we do the best job we can. So there's a constant improvement in what we're doing. I guess a quick little bio for me is I played Division III collegiately, played in the USL professionally, minor league for a couple seasons, couple different cities, moved here, coached at Division III level, coached at Division collegiately, coached at Division I level at Loyola for years. Now I'm at Roosevelt University in the NAIA, and I like to think that that kind of guides my programs, because I see and my staff are starting to see the demands of the position when a player kind of graduates into the collegiate environment. So we sort of help guide our players, and we have players that play this position for all different reasons, and we like to think we do a good job at helping every kid live out their kind of dream of playing soccer, and we can take them in any direction that they want to go in. So I guess in short, we're excited to be here. We're excited to do right by the club and put together the best program that we can for our goalkeepers. So I appreciate your time, and thanks for letting me get on the call with you guys.
Awesome, Tom. Thank you. And I will say his attention to detail is second to none. And you can reach out to him personally and Drive, whether you're in the club or not. He does work with goalkeepers from all different clubs throughout the Chicagoland area. He's in many different locations, and it can all be found on his website. But terrific guy. He's actually commuting back home to the East Coast at the moment, so he's jumped on in his car. So Tom, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Drive safe, and we'll see you when you get back next week.
Thanks a lot, Nick. Appreciate it. Take care.
Thank you. All right, Prep Performance. This is our injury prevention and basically trying to enhance everything that our players can do from a physical point of view. It's not my specialty, and that's why we have Mary Kate from Prep Performance Center. Mary Kate, how are you doing tonight?
Doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
Yeah, so I'll give a little bit of information about myself. My name is Dr. Mary Kate Casey. I am a doctor of physical therapy. I'm the owner and founder of Prep Performance Center, and we recently partnered with Nick and the Chicago City Soccer Club and are really excited for the opportunity to help the athletes properly prepare for soccer, but also get ahead of any injuries, and whether that be overuse or traumatic injuries on the field. We have successfully already helped, I think, 4 or 5 of the athletes, and some of them have transitioned from other physical therapy clinics and have really enjoyed our time working with them. We've worked with a few coaches as well, and just a little bit of background about myself. I played lacrosse in college. I was also a basketball player and was potentially going to play that in college, but then went the lacrosse route. I tore my ACL my first game of my college career. So I understand, how to get athletes back to being elite level athletes after an injury. But I also understand the demands and what Nick and his staff and coaching staff want to give to you guys as the members of its club. And we would love to be a part of that. We want to make it this multifaceted, athletic experience. And we want to make sure that your athletes are properly prepared, not just for soccer as a youth athlete, but that their bodies will be able to withstand, sports and just athleticism and recreational activities in the future as well. So we look forward to working with everybody on staff and all the little kiddos and athletes out there, and welcome any feedback from parents because really we're here to help you and keep your athletes safe and perform their best. So thanks for having us, everybody.
Love it, Mary Kate. And just to touch on as well, Mary Kate works with our coaches to make sure that we're prepped to be able to carry on the great work that they do with the kids as well. And we do have some exciting information coming up shortly with some, do you want to talk about that or do you want to wait?
Yeah, so we have a to be determined date, but it's hopefully sometime in November. But we are going to do an athletic combine where we have all the kids come out again, COVID depending how that's going to be organized, but we will work on that and bring a very safe program for you guys. And we are going to do different tests that are going to test the speed, agility, quickness, strength and flexibility, as well as any compensations and deviations that your child may be showing that can put them at risk for an injury. But also these baseline tests help us evaluate their performance over time. So the younger we can get at these kids, the better we can track these risks for injury and get ahead of it, and also improve their performance, which is, who doesn't want to run faster and kick the ball a little bit further on the soccer field.
Absolutely.
And one last thing that I think is super important that differentiates us, and we are super excited with City, is all of our programming is evidence-based practice. So we're using cutting-edge technology, movement analysis, and making sure that we're using a medical model and working with your athletes, which I think is a very big differentiating factor between us working on performance and some other facilities in the area and around the country.
Spot on. Mary Kate, thank you. It's always a pleasure. We'll catch up soon. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers. And last but not least, we talked about the body, and one of the biggest and prime things right now we are all going through is the mental side. We work with Adler University. We've been with them now, I think, 3 or 4 years. We like to call them our sports, or they like to be called sports performance and mental skills trainers. And our lead, or our senior coach, we'll call her, is Coach Kat. Kat, how you doing?
Can you all hear me?
Yes. Speak up a little bit.
Cool. So yeah, I'm from Adler University. I have a partner. Her name is Kayla. We are 3rd years in our master's program. We study sport and human performance. We have been working with Chicago City for about a year now. We started off observing, and then in the beginning of the school year, we took over and began expanding, working with any children from the age of U8 to now we're working with U19, so we're expanding. We're also working with coaches, so we're doing a lot of different activities to prep the mental performance side of soccer. So we work on things like energy management, confidence, communication styles. There's so many different things.
So many.
Yeah, so we have been working, we do typically 15-minute sessions with the soccer players either before or after practice. And we work with the coaches during the week as well.
Yeah. And just because I know, like, you guys, you and Caleb were with us obviously for a year, but we also had 2 seniors that just left us right before that. So we've had the program for a couple of years. And just touch on, because it's very important, an important piece to it is the coaches piece. And I know we meet every week, and you guys meet with the coaches, and it was actually fascinating to listen in this week because they're all really struggling, but it helps them, number one, in themselves, but to reinforce everything you guys are doing with the kids is key. Can you just speak a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we meet with the coaches to discuss things that we have worked on with their athletes, but we also work on how they can facilitate better performance among the athletes and then among themselves as a unit as well. And so for example, this week and last week we were working on communication. So we were talking about how verbal and nonverbal communication is important, not only for them as a team, but also with their coaches as well, and then how that also translate into facilitative and debilitative communication. So are the things that you're saying to yourself, to your team, to your coaches, and vice versa, the things that you're saying to you, or that the coaches are saying to the athletes, to themselves as well, how that play into your emotion. And then we'll eventually transition to regulating your emotions on the field. So how to handle things, different emotions when you make a mistake, different emotions when you make a goal, just how to manage those things. So we kind of transition as best as we can through different topics.
Absolutely. Brilliant answer. I hope that's what everyone was looking for. But I just want to mention to those that are listening, you can reach out as well. Adler they do one-on-ones. They will do Zoom. So if you as a parent or your child is struggling through these times, which we know many of us are, please reach out. They are fantastic. I mean, the conversations they have with us, I mean, it's amazing. So Kat, thank you very much to you and your team, and we'll see you back on the field.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so to push on, again, the kind of things that are included in your membership. So the VO game recording, game analysis, I do like to say we were one of the first in Chicago to actually have this within the soccer industry, but we are now ahead of the game because we've had it for so long. The game recording and game analysis is a key part to long player development. And our coaches work with our teams. We're able to obviously upload it and send it online. Everything can be done through Zoom. They can access it. They can chat. There's a whole thing to that. If you've got any questions on it, reach out to your coaches on that. But a great tool that we began just with regular cameras many years ago. And when kids began to see themselves playing, they were shocked by some of the things that they didn't realize that they did, but they learned so much. And a lot of them don't watch the game maybe the way we did growing up. So this is a great way of doing that. And we've seen massive development for the kids that actually put the time and effort into this. We're just quickly touching on, we have a college recruitment piece, individual player development plans with coaches go through seasonally with their players. And the last one, which is a really, really key component here, and it's the relationship between you and your coach. We have a massive open door policy here, and there's player, parent, coach conferences, which we do with the player, like you do in school, with the player and the parent, and we do them seasonally. And that's really key for you guys to get feedback on where your player is. And we're very, very honest, sometimes too honest, about where they are and where they need to be. Maybe, moving players up or down throughout a season is common, but we won't shock you and just do it. We will talk to you in advance, and if someone's struggling, what's going on, try and figure out how we can improve it. But maybe that next step down where they're going to get more touches on the ball, develop quicker, and then come back up stronger. We've got amazing, long experience in this. We know it works, and we stick by it. What's not included is your uniforms, which is TrueSoccer.com, 2-year cycle, and then any cost associated with travel. And again, any questions, stick them in the chat. Okay, these will be many new. There's going to be loads of questions probably on this. if you want to do it in person, it's up to you, or a call or a Zoom call, we can do extra ones. But for elite player opportunities, we also have a club we formed called Illinois United. And the idea here was literally what it says, is uniting Illinois' best players. And over the past 2 years, we had it with GPS and Bayern Munich. We've moved away from that relationship, and we are about to launch our new Premier League Category 1 Academy, which again might not mean mean a lot to most of you, but there's only 12 clubs in the UK that actually have this status, which is the highest status of academy. And they're not all in the Premier League. So it's all dependent on, again, the standards that are in your club and the youth players that you develop and bring into your first team. So we're partnering directly with one of those clubs, no middleman anymore. The coaches have already had some coaching calls with the academy staff, and we're launching that hopefully next month. And we are absolutely over the moon excited for that. The other program is the Super Y, which is a summer league. And luckily, we were, again, one of the first clubs in Illinois to be in the league. Now there's 5 clubs, but they're spread out throughout the Chicagoland area because we all have territory rights over it. So no other club in the city can get the territory rights except for us. And it is a neutral club program. So any player from any club can play during the summer when they're not playing with their club. It is a fantastic elite level competition. And it's the Midwest between Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Indiana. And if you obviously win your league in the summer between June and July, you advance to the finals, which typically are in Tampa, Florida in December. So it's a lovely trip to get out of Chicago at that time of the year. Once at the finals, obviously you're playing for a national title, which we won our first last year, but also there is college scouts there, or college coaches there from all levels. There is US soccer national coaching staff there looking for youth players to go into the national team. And there is USL, if you're not familiar, is the pro league for men below the MLS. And there's 3 tiers to that, and they also have scouts at these games. And then the kind of ultimate prize after the national tournament is, you see here, the USLX experience. And they pick the top U14s, boys and girls, and U16s, boys and girls. And they get all expenses paid to go to a USL pro team anywhere in the country, depends where it is. I've been on the staff. I went to Cincinnati and San Antonio, and we treat them like a pro for the whole weekend, doing photo shoots, interviews. They train, and then they play against a top level team in the area, and then they go to the game and get to walk on the field and experience a professional game, right on the sideline. So an unbelievable experience there for those elite level players. Exciting news here, those that may not know, the under 23s we do, but we have our semi-pro women's team. It would have been our 3rd year this summer. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go, but we did come 2nd last year, which was an unbelievable achievement. I and my team of coaches, we won Coach of the Year for the conference. And that's basically for college players existing who are playing in college and come back from their season, or for ex-college players. And some of our high school players have actually played in that are at that level. And Fuad is going to introduce our new men's team.
Hello again, everybody. Nick, look at me. Look just to the logo. It doesn't give you the one to play soccer. Just looking at the logo, and it gives you the one to pay to your shorts and t-shirts and go play soccer. And allow me, Nick, to give a little like just history about why we have that blue and the green and the yellow and the lure symbol, okay, for all the families.
Awesome.
So the name of the club, the name of the team called Berber City. Berber, why Berber? So Berber because they are of the people, the native people of North Africa. And as you see the blue color, that stands for like the Atlantic Sea and the ocean and the Atlantic Sea. And the green color, it stands for the Green Mountains. And obviously the yellow color, it stands for the sand, the sand for Sahara Desert, okay, in Africa. And the lure symbol in red, that it looks like a human being, and it's a letter Z in Berber, but it stands for free people, or free men and free women. So, okay, guys, I'm done with history right now. Let's go back to soccer, okay? Just saying. So my brother and I, we founded Berber Stars here in Chicago in 2013. The original team, we started just in the small leagues, and we dominated. We won a lot of championships. We really we were like playing in Grasshopper, Sport Zone, soccer, Chicago soccer indoor, and we became very famous. But the reason, the main event was when we joined in 2014 the NSL. NSL stands for the National Soccer League. So NSL basically, it's the same standard as a WPSL, just a little better than WPSL. Don't take it in the wrong way, Nick. It's kind of stronger. It's a high level. It's semi-professional too. So we started in 2014, and it took us 4 years, which means 2018 we won the major league of National Soccer League. Since we did that, it was a whole different team. So a lot of the professional players are coming to us, and they play professional, whether in their home countries, and we still playing until today's day. Obviously, my brother is still an active player. I am an active player too, but the difference between me and my brother, so my brother, he will play the whole game, and me, I'm gonna go up and down, I'm gonna sub. I'm asking for another sub. That's what I do. Moving forward, so the amazing marriage with the Chicago City is this, is we're trying to plan to create like a U23 group. So basically it's going to be boys and girls if it's possible. So the idea of this is we're going to create the U23 group age. So we're gonna affiliate that to the National Soccer League, to the NSL. So the best players, let's say the best players of those U23, they're gonna join us to Berber City to play with adults. So basically it's gonna be maybe the same division or lower division. So my brother and I, as soon as we see someone who is like very qualified to play with adults in the major league, we're gonna bring those players to play with us. That's the idea. And another thing to add, and they're gonna be done talking. So this year, unfortunately, this past summer, we're supposed to, to participate for the first time outdoor soccer in the same league, NSL, obviously. But the only difference between indoor and outdoor, it's outdoor if you won the league, so you play the state championship. That's all I have to say. I mean, do you have something to add?
Yeah. So basically, the idea here is we get our players from toddler program. We are really aiming to have you guys happy all the way through college and after college as well. That's our goal.
Yeah, spot on. And that's it. It's a full player pathway. We added the women's side. We were planning on doing the men's side in the future. So we're very happy that you guys have it already and ready to go. We've already established the team, the name, the brand, the league. So it's very easy. And it's great for our high school kids to train with these college players before they even, we've had juniors and seniors, obviously, but to have that, even the conversations in training about their college experience, I've noticed with the girls has been second to none, and they've been great mentors for them. So really, really cool and unique. No one else, again, has this really in the city. So it's really great. And we get players from all over the country. We had Irish international, English international, German international play for us the past few years. So really cool. All right, I'm going to zip along. I know time's getting on. Okay, timeline. Bang, on to you guys. Go. Who's up?
So I'll take the mic here for a second. I'm going to start right here at the top with October to December, right? Timeline we're looking at, right? We actually have two programs that are based out of the Chicago Soccer Foundation. If you are familiar, right, we have this partnership between Chicago City and the Chicago Soccer Foundation. And so these trainings and, clinics that we're offering are supplemental, and they are, in compliance with any, clubs, what have you, policies, if that makes sense, like one club, one training policies, because they're based out of the foundation. We currently are offering these free weekend clinics. I know I've seen a couple of, not a couple, I've seen more than a few familiar faces at these free clinics that take place on Sundays. They are held, with Coach Amin, myself, and Coach Fawad. And it's just a great opportunity, a 1 hour scrimmage and training for kids to get some extra touches and some quality coaching in as well. And then we also have our skills development program, which I am super, super excited about. These sessions are 2 hours long. The first hour is all, quality training, either done or facilitated by myself or Coach Shelby. And then the second hour is just scrimmages. So putting them in game-like scenarios and putting into effect everything that we worked on in the previous hour of the 2 hour session. On Fridays, these are held out of the Bradley Fieldhouse, which if you're unfamiliar with this location, it is up on the north side, close to Lane Tech, I believe the cross section or the intersection is Addison and Roscoe is the closest main intersection. And then on Saturday mornings, right, because those are on Friday evenings, on Saturday mornings, we also hold a skills development program clinic at the ComEd Rec Center, okay? And those are gonna be starting up on October 23rd and October 24th, respectively. Again, super excited about this. It's a great opportunity for the players to get some extra touches on the ball and really, to hone in on their ball mastery, right? Because for the skills development program, it's all about their individual development with the ball, right? Everybody has the ball at their feet for the whole first hour. We're focusing on, their agility, their quickness with and without the ball. And then that second hour, as I said before, is really putting all the strategies and techniques into effect in game-like scenarios. So try to make it nice and concise, Nick, because I don't want to take up too much time.
And it's good. I just want to touch on, just to be clear, those two programs are foundation programs. They are not Chicago City programs. So they are club neutral, supplemental through the foundation. Thank you.
Correct.
Shelby?
So just going off of that, moving forward from January into March, continuing those supplemental programs, so the skills development program as well as those free clinics. Again, those are in addition to what you're currently doing. So don't worry too much about that. We'll touch a little bit more, but supplemental, continue those trainings, get us all together, get us moving. I'm sure we're gonna wanna be doing something when winter rolls around. Moving on then April to June, we will move into our spring season. That will be based off of registrations. And again, just continuing those supplemental trainings and going from there. I am passing it over to Coach Amin.
Thank you.
And then we'll get to May, where everyone is ready to go. We will hold the tryouts in our north location and also south. Then we'll decide and create teams based on the tryouts. And then by the summer, we will have more ideas of how many teams we would have and how many teams we would create. When?
Yeah, thank you. I mean, between June and July, summer, so we have like three options to offer. We have the Super Y and Super I League. And obviously we have the U23 program in men and women's. And we have the Chicago Soccer South, WPSL, and Berber City FC. So you guys, if you need more details about this, you just chat with us, and then we can answer all the questions. And our new season 21-22 is gonna start in August. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Good stuff. Okay, just player registration. And this is coming from the leagues. And I always say players not with a travel club can register with Chicago City SC at any time. So if you're not with a club right now and you want to be, again, reach out. There's an interest form on the website. Players with any existing clubs, the league rule states that there is a kind of a transfer window in January through February 15th, as long as you are in good standing with your existing club. So I know that's been a big question about kind of how do we move over and things like that. There won't be any tryouts. You'll just be able to get a release or ask or request a release from your club. We've had it many times from our guys. For whatever reason, someone wants to leave, we let them go, no problem. If they need to to move on for different reasons, we'll have the conversation. If there's something that, you know, can't be fixed for say, then it is what it is. We're not going to hold back anybody. So we expect other clubs will probably do the same. Our official launch, CCSE South, October 25th, 9 a.m. at Dunbar Park. We will have all our partners that you had on today. We may have some other ones as well. We'll have our team there. I'll be there myself. I can't wait to meet all the new faces. We'll have a bit of music. I think DJ Scott's going to be on the mic. Tina's going to be doing a bit of rapping, a bit of beatboxing. We're going to have a great time. Social distance though, all right? But we hope to see you then on the 25th, again, 9 a.m. Please follow us on Instagram. We do a lot of stuff on Instagram and Facebook. Please follow us. Please share us. We try to do more than the usual, just a picture of a kid on a field. So get on there, and you can check out our YouTube channel. I think you'll get a really good feel of who we are by going on there. You can see through the images here, we do have a lot of individual skills training. There is live, well, they were live workouts that I did through pandemic, which are good little 30-minute workouts in a very small area. And the fun ones are the interviews I did with the coaches and some webinars we did for the club as well. And you will see these 4 guys being interviewed shortly as well for a bit of fun to get to know them a little bit more outside of soccer. So we're going to have a bit of a laugh with that. So check us out on YouTube, follow us, subscribe to us, like us, share us. We appreciate all the help. And if you can do a Google review, even better. All right, as our little slogan is, we are City, we are Chicago City. And now I'm going to open it. Heather is on the back end here. And first of all, I want to thank her for helping me put this all together. The graphics, everything on the slides. She does a fantastic job. And she also does all our website. She does all the social media. And if you're ever interested, or if you've got your own company or your own group, it's called Bix Media. So Heather, shoot me with all these questions. Let's
what's
go.
up, guys? Hidden Face of Chicago City talking. All right, so the first question we have, we are currently locked into another travel club for 2020, 2021. Will there be tryouts for this team, and who will be the coach?
So no tryouts until May. If they are with another club, again, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, they can request through the DOC that they want to leave or they want to try another club. And then come winter season, pretty much anybody can play with anybody. But once you want to go play in the leagues, if it happens in spring, then you will need that release before February 15th to change clubs. And you have to be in good standing, your bills paid, don't own any equipment, et cetera, et cetera. So hopefully that answers it.
Are there any opportunities for financial aid to deter costs for players?
100%. We have always been massively, this has been a big part of who we are, basically. And we definitely offer it. We ask that you just reach out to us. And then we do ask in return to kind of just help the club out in whatever way you can, whether that's AR and games. You know, we've got a couple of parents doing photography and things like that. So the answer is yes, absolutely. We don't want to stop any kid from playing.
What is going to be your COVID protocol for the winter?
We have them online. We sent them out to our existing members, and we can get them out to you guys as well. We have been very strict through this whole process, and we're going to actually be stricter going into winter. So it'll be masks on 100% of the time inside, coaches and players. And that's just the way it's going to be. Smaller numbers. More spread out between grids, so we're not filling the area. Parents will not be allowed in the facility, and we will have an overlap of players leaving. Once everyone's left the building, everybody's allowed in. But again, we will get these out to the public as soon as we can.
The Bradley Centre and the ComEd Centre, these are both indoors. Correct, they are indoors. Yep. Next question, will you be addressing the email that arrived this afternoon from another club stating that players must refrain from soccer participation out of that club?
Okay, so I kind of touched on it, I think twice now, is your fall season ends November 15th. So up until that moment, you should not be with another club unless it's a neutral program like Cover or the foundation stuff that's free. You can do that. There's no rules against that. But then once your season is finished, during the winter, we have players that go and play with other clubs in different leagues as well. We we push it. We trust what we do here, that they'll always come back, but we never want to stop a player from playing more games. And then, like I said, in January, once January hits through February 15th, you can request, obviously, a transfer to another club. Hopefully, does that answer it?
Hope so.
Listen, I will say it's a touchy subject. We're not here to steal players. We're not here to recruit. We're here to start something special with a group of special people in a new neighborhood, in a new location. That honestly has been something that's been wanted by families in the area for many, many years. And now we're just so happy that we're able to do it. So we're going to do everything the right way. We've reached out to the competition. We've let them know, we're being respectful. We're coming in. We're going to be friendly competition, just like we are here with the Fire and with Northwind on our doorsteps. We all work together. We send each other players. There's no need for animosity. We're in it for the kids, like all four of these guys said earlier. So they could not have said it more clearer, I guess.
Next question. Your website says that Chicago City is the only Super Y program in the city of Chicago. Why is that? And why don't other programs have it?
Okay, so it's basically to do with not
saturate
talent. So if everyone was supposed to have it, then you wouldn't be able to get the best teams in the area to play in these high level competitions that we play nationally. So the idea from the league perspective, it's not our rule, is you get territory rights over the program. So I think it's within 30 miles that you can bring kids in from. And again, it's a club neutral. So we've had amazing success with other clubs throughout Chicagoland area where their kids play with us in the summer and then they go back to their clubs in regular, and we've built that trust over years. But they're like it's ourselves. Oak Brook has one, Naperville has one, Rusher out of Crystal Lake, and then we have, I think that's it, right? Am I missing one? I'm missing one. Oh, St. Charles. So they're the only ones throughout Chicagoland area. So they're kind of spread out to protect the talent and bring the talent together. So that's the reason why. And we're lucky to have it, and we're very grateful for having it.
Next question. Is there a travel winter season and a supplemental winter season? Or maybe what is the difference? Maybe.
So repeat that again. Is there a travel
winter season and a supplemental winter season?
Yes. So the travel winter season, obviously for our north side, is in full effect with our teams. We'll be starting that in January indoors. We'll be staying outside until December. The foundation stuff is supplemental until the end of the fall season. And then we'll kickstart Chicago City South throughout the winter, like Shelby said, all the way through January through March into spring. So we'll have supplemental stuff going on through the skills development, which Ben and Shelby lead up. And that's for any club, it's club neutral for any players that want to do it, even if they are with other clubs. I think that answers it, hopefully.
Yeah. Is the October 25th event open to potential new families?
Yes, 100%. Come check us out, meet us. We'll have a little speech. The kids will just play. And yeah, just come ask some questions, meet the team, get a feel for who we are, and hopefully you come back.
The clinics, which are currently at Dunbar Park on Sunday mornings, will masks be required?
Masks are required in Illinois coming and leaving, and on water breaks, we try to, but during play, players do not have to wear masks. Now, what we do, and we actually, it's a good point because we haven't done that yet, is we and our club have set up a non-contact sessions. So we have our full-blown sessions where people don't have to wear masks, and then we have non-contact that Coach Ben runs, where kids are kept isolated within their own grids and things like that. So we actually need to add that option. Thank you, whoever said that, because we haven't added that. That's a great point. You've got to cater for everybody.
Will the travel radius be larger than just the northeast of Illinois? So will they be traveling like further for games?
No. So the Chicago South teams will play Nissel in the South region. The Chicago City North, we typically play North or East region, which again is, from U8 to U12, 13, was within that 30, 40 miles. And then obviously if you're playing the Midwest League, then you're playing Midwest. So you're traveling, yeah. And that's obviously the elite level teams, right? So the idea, the way the leagues are set up in Illinois and most states is the younger you are, the less travel we want you to do, right? And then as they get serious and more higher level, then they start to travel a little bit more. But do remember, it's only 4 games spring and 4 games fall. So it's only 8 days of the year, basically, if you look at it that way.
What are your thoughts / philosophy about players focusing on specific positions? At what age or level is this part of the program?
Oh, good question. Go on, repeat it again.
What are your thoughts and philosophy about players focusing on specific positions, and at what age / level is this part of the program?
Okay, so for us, our philosophy at the club is at the younger ages, they should be playing 2 to 3 different positions throughout the season. Now, within a structured kind of, I guess, development plan in terms of you're not just moving them around like every 5 minutes, right? It's teaching them a position. Once they kind of get a grasp of that, trying another position. And the idea is, it's on our website, we believe in developing a complete soccer player, a student of the game that can play all different positions, because when they go on to the next coach or to middle school or to high school or to college or to the next level to play professionally, each coach sees something different. We want them to be able to have all the tools in the box to be able to play any position, or at least understand every position. As they get older and progress, then players themselves will pick a position that they're more comfortable with. And we still have to kind of keep them out of their comfort zone a little bit. But, 12, 13, moving into that high school age, they want to have 1 or 2 positions nailed down really well. But again, we hope if they're with us from a younger age, 5, 6 years of age, they can really be confident in playing any position across the field. I think there was a last piece to that. What was it?
No, I think you answered it as like, what age would it come into? Like, okay.
Yeah, something that is very, very important. We do not want to pigeonhole. And one of the big things for us is goalkeepers. Our goalkeepers, we want to be able to use their feet. So Coach Tom at the younger ages is all footwork. It's amazing. And we learned that from Bayern Munich in Europe, top of European academies, was they got to be good with their feet before they start diving around. So yeah, just to touch on the goalkeeping piece. Keep it coming.
Are the Sunday clinics open to non-Chicago City players? If yes, do you have to register prior to attending?
Yes, they are through the foundation, and you must register online on the foundation website.
That is all the questions for now.
All right. Well, guys, before I talk to you last 4 parents out there, thank you very, very much for your time. I know it's late, and we just went 2 minutes over, so we're doing okay. Very excited. Like I can't express it. It's been something that's been in the works for many years. I've known Scott for a long, long time, and always kind of, respected and always wanted to do things with him. And we've got the chance now. COVID pause in the industry and in life has brought this amazing relationship to our door. We're very proud to be picked, and we're very excited to go with these guys. And I'm going to leave it to them for any last words, and we'll say goodnight.
I guess I'll go real quick. Again, just super excited to be back over on the Southside with you guys, creating new relationships, building the old ones. I think our main focus is to make sure the kids are the focus, and that's what it is the whole way through, making sure we're investing in our coaches and the kids, and that's it. End of story. Again, super, super excited and can't wait to see you guys out there.
Awesome. Thank you, Shelby.
Hey, I can go, Nick. Really excited to be back. Thank you so much for trusting us. I know I have a relationship with most of you. I'm really looking forward to working with your kids and developing. Thank you. Have a great night.
Thanks, Amin. Go on, Ben. Come on. Gotta go to bed.
I was really waiting for Ben. Thank you so much for everybody's time. We really, really appreciate. As Shelby mentioned, the main focus is going to be the kids. That's why we are here. And guess what? We're not here to do marketing. If we are doing the right way, the kids they're gonna do the marketing for us because they love us. That's all it is. Thank you again for your time, and I appreciate it. Ben, it's your turn right now. Go ahead.
I just
hey, close us out here, boy.
I really just wanted to end with a nice radio voice, so I'm gonna drop the bass in my voice a little bit, right? I just want to say again, and I can't reiterate this enough, just how much I miss you guys. I know a lot of, I'm not a lot. I mean, I know the other three here, right? They missed you quite a bit as well. Your trust and belief in our character means the absolute world to me. And I just cannot stress enough how exciting it is to see your faces, to know that we have an opportunity to just reconnect, because so much time has passed between, you know, point A and hopefully where we're moving towards, right, is point B. Just looking forward to giving you guys an outlet during this really chaotic, stressful time that is this random pandemic. So thank you. Love all of you. Can't wait to see you. We are City, Chicago City. I'll do a little bass. We are City, Chicago City. So excited.
Love it, guys. You are awesome. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Everybody else, have a great night. Go City.
Yeah.
Peace.